All right, so we're going to answer the question, should you start an Airbnb side hustle? So stay tuned, mother sisters and mother brothers. All right, so to answer the question, yes, but, huge but, not like B-U-T-T, but B-U-T, is taking some things into consideration. One, your long-term goals and where you're looking to go, and then also the common mistakes and the risks that are associated with that. But before I go any further, hit that like button, do it for the algorithm. If you don't want to do it for the algorithm, do it for me. Appreciate you. I'd say for this one, please save it, put an asterisk around it, put it on the wall somewhere, or just ingrain it, is buying properties and deals only if the Airbnb model works, because this is very risky. And I'll give an example of a conversation I had with an investor. Is he was breaking down and telling me the deal that he had just bought, and said that some things that he was going to have to do to the property that weren't up to code, for one. And then I just simply asked him, okay, well, if you're not able to get this to go through, what does it look like if you just have to do a traditional rental? And he said that I wouldn't have bought the deal in that case. And I just threw my hands up in the air like, it's so much risk. You just have to protect your downside. That's most important with this. And you have to know that this is a business, so to treat it as such, and to have the right systems and processes in place. So when someone happens to check out, that, okay, this is when I get the cleaner in, these are the certain things I want them to be specific on the cleaning. And I can tell you firsthand from running an Airbnb, is having the right people on your team, because I'll give a shout out to Mama B. She was the one that ran one of the one that I had, was that she ended up being a super host and really went above and beyond. And so with this, you got to understand it is very difficult to scale, and you may not need to actually scale this depending on where you're wanting to go. And that's why it's key to understand your long-term goals, because you may only need just a couple Airbnbs to get to that financial freedom that you want to get to. But this is very labor intensive, from the cleaning aspect, the responding to people online, because you got some people will reach out to you who you'll just never reach out to them again, but you still have to be very responsive. You have to ensure that the place is very clean, that when someone checks out, that you have your cleaner that is actually going to show up on time and actually do the job. So it's very labor intensive. So those are just some things to keep in mind if this is a model that you want to actually pursue. And just realize, likely it is not going to positively affect your resale value. I said positively a little weird, but is when you go and sell the property, many buyers will not run the numbers on an Airbnb model. As an example is, let's say you have a single family house, you've been doing by the room, let's say 3 rooms, that the new buyer that's going to come in is actually just going to run it as a single family traditional rental. And this goes back to my point number 1. If you ended up buying the property for more based up on the Airbnb model, and then the new buyer comes in and they're not willing to come up to where you bought it for and increase value based upon that Airbnb model, that's where you could actually end up getting in trouble. And this is a common mistake I actually see people make, forcing themselves to get into bad deals. So that's what I have for you all. I always appreciate you all so much. Of course, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button. It would really mean the world to me. Till then, keep being awesome. I'll see you next time. All right.